Okay, and welcome back. And in this anime or this tutorial, we're going to do some animation. If you're wondering why there's a BIFE, which is Brain Institute of Further Education, which is where I work, and all these tutorials are from. I did a stencil just on the back of the shield, because I'm going to put this into an augmented reality thing in a bit. Okay, so let's oh, and is my knee turning on my printer? Well done. Yeah, let's animate. So a couple of things first. So let's place things in our guy's hand. So ORZ 90, no, ORZ 180. And we'll just rotate it by hand a bit. And now this strap I've put in here is ridiculous. Like the gap is ridiculously narrow. So I'm going to go to proportional editing, connected, and just take that there and go GX. Let's make this circle a bit smaller and just move that out there. So I get his big fat finger in there. Okay, so let's try and place this around his big fat finger. So let's go there. So this shield is going to be like a finger ring on this guy. Now, how are we doing with that? It's not too bad. So there's no real right and wrong to this. I've got a bit of intersection there with the hand. Or now I'm going to associate this with the middle finger of this, or middle bone of this finger. So I'm going to go into edit mode and turn on X-ray and select that bone there. Now, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just going to go back out into object mode. And I'm going to select my shield, shift select the skeleton, control P, and bone. So this entire mesh is associated with the active bone that is in this skeleton, and the active bone in that skeleton is the last one selected. So if we go to pose mode, and we go G, now that's going to move. So that's my shield arm. Excellent. Okay. And yeah. Cool. Now let's get this club in place and see if we can get him to grip the club, which I have no idea if that's going to work. It's probably too big, too wide, too everything. I have no idea how articulate the hands are. Probably awful, but we'll give it a go. So let's place this in his hand, and roughly there. Place that there, and yeah. And so what we want is, let's go back to our armature and pose mode. So we're going to go or. Now we can see there's an error there. There is geometry in the sleeve associated with this thumb bone. So I'm going to go fix that in a minute. I'm just going to place it first. Okay. So now we're going to go into so select the mesh, go into edit mode, and go find this thumb. These are .ors. So thumb 1. So select Aha! Evil, evil, evil. So we'd hidden this, so we didn't see that it was selected. I thought I had taken care of all that. So that's easily fixed. So it's going to go remove, and then C, deselect all of this, and that one. Leave that original selection and go assign. And then we'll do the same with thumb 2, select, and we've got the tip of the thumb and then the rest of this. So again, remove, so none of them are associated with it, then C, deselect all of this malarkey here, doodaloo, and assign, and then go back to object mode and see what's happened. And it's basically just the thumb has moved now. Grand. So we'll leave that like that, and we will bend this in a little bit, and then this one in a bit. Yep, and we'll do the same with this. Again, you get a lot of compression, and there are ways to fix that compression when you start bending fingers around. So just need to rotate this a little bit, and that's a wee bit better. And again, you can see up here is moving, so I'm just going to go fix that as well into edit mode. So deselect wireframe, pinky one, select. So remove, C, deselect all of this stuff here, and assign. And I'm sure if we go select, oh no, well that one's good. So let's go back to object mode, solid mode, and let's rotate this in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's turn off X-ray, and that's not too bad at all. Now, again, I want to associate this club with something. Now, I'm not going to do the same bone as before, so I'm going to select this, go to edit mode, and wireframe, and the bone I'm actually going to select is the little small hand bone here. So that's the active bone in the skeleton. I'm going to go back to object mode, select the club, select the club, shift select the skeleton, control P to bone. And now when we move, the club should move with the arm. Excellent. So we're good to go. Let's just give this guy a walk cycle. So I'm going to go File, Save As, and we'll bring this up to number 19. That's a lot of blend files. And we're going to start with a very basic walk cycle now that we've got them set up there. So let's turn back on X-ray here so we can see what we're doing. So the first thing is I'm going to just take one leg and throw it out in front. A bit like that there. Bring this back a little bit. And I'm going to bring it down. Now, we don't have a ground, and we don't have a toe to rotate up, so I'm going to fix that in a minute. I'm going to go in and assign verts. So let's just do that now. So go to edit mode, and wireframe, and we're going to go find our feet. Foot.L, so this is this side here, so select, there's nothing selected. So what do we want associated with foot.L? Well, we want basically the front of the foot, so we want to be able to, you can see there from the posing we were doing, we want to be able able to take the front of the foot and bend it up a little bit. What are we missing? I'll put there. I'm gonna okay. So that's what I'm going to assign there. I might take that guy with me as well. So that's going to be sort of the front of my foot. So I'm going to assign that. That is foot.l, and now I'm going to go to foot.or and see if there's anything. We've deleted all associations with that, and then basically do something very similar. So select a whole bunch of geometry here at the front, and oops. That one, and try and associate that with our foot. And that looks about right. Assign. Now, let's go back here, turn to the right, select our bone, and go or. And we can, it's not, we don't want to do that too much. A little bit of compression is not too bad. And we'll put you back there. Okay. That's fine. So, that's the starting position for the feet. I'm on frame 1. My animation starts at frame 1, goes to 250. That's far too long, so we're going to give him like a 2 seconds. He's a big oofy troll, so it'll be slow enough. So 50 seconds will be my cycle. And I'm going to split my view here, go to my dope sheet, and in my dope sheet I want to go to my action editor, and that'll allow me to look at keyframes. So now, what do I want to do? Okay, interesting. Get my foot IK here. Let's see if I can go GX. So I'm going to move this foot in a little bit. I'm going to do the same with this one. And GX. So, not too much. I'm going to take my bend bone here. I'm going to rotate a little bit that way. And bring my shield down that it's almost touching the ground. And let's get good looking with my club. Okay, so that's going to be my opening pose there. I'm going to select all of the bones and insert a keyframe on location, rotation, and scale. Boom. And all of the bones, however many there are, I think that's them all there, no, all have keyframes on them. That's a lot of bones. The first frame and the last frame are going to be the same, so I'm going to go to frame 50, which is frame 50 is there, and I'm going to insert the same keyframe. So these orange lines indicate that nothing has changed between this point in time and this point in time. So what do I want to do? He's going to walk, so around frame about 25, I want him to change. So I'm going to go to frame 1, and I'm going to copy this pose. I'm going to go to frame 25, and I could paste it, but I'd just be pasting what I already have, so nothing would change. I'm going to do a thing called paste mirror. And because I've named these .or, .l, he should, if there is a justice in the world, have swapped, basically, the position of these things, and he has. So I'm going to insert a keyframe here. So I insert keyframe on location, rotation, and scale. Alright, so I had a pause there. a glitch in the matrix. So let's just see him. Don't know why he's suddenly a him. Anyway, there we go. So he's doing a beautiful skiing movement. So we ski forward here. So let's see. The foot, we're leaning forward this way. So he's placing his weight on this foot. So this is the foot that's going to lift. So let's select the IK bone here. Look from the side. And halfway through this, about frame 13, what I want is I'm going to go G. I'm going to lift this foot up. And I'm also going to lift the entire character up. And I'm going to place my foot flat on the ground here. So almost like full extension. Okay. Now I'm not going to change anything else really, except, so we're going to give this a little, so he's, standing up straight. Actually, we'll leave that there for a minute. So I'm going to save that. Okay, I'm going to go back here, and we're going to do a little bit of complementary motion. So this is going to go this way. That's going to go that way just a little bit. Save that. So, yep, and copy. Go to here, paste, and keyframe. I'm going to go to here, and we're going to do slightly the opposite. So roll these in this direction. Select it all. And keyframe. Now. And of course we'll get some intersection here, but we'll worry about that in a minute. We'll tweak it. Now, so let's have a look. Let's turn off X-ray and have a look at what we're doing, and we'll turn off names. So he is stepping up and stepping down, and we need to do the same with this one. So we need to go lift and also extend the walk here. So again, I'll select my bend bone. I get to frame about 38, and I need to extend character so that I'm almost not quite fully standing up, but there we go. So I want that. This is my standing bone. So if I go back to X-ray, and this is my IK bone. So I've got constraints here I need to remove, and I'm going to lift this one up. I'm going to lower the toe, lower this leg, and move it in a bit, and then save all that. So he's standing up and plonking down. Now, so he's sort of straight at that point, but this is the point at which he's, we want a bit more character. So I'm going to give him a bit more swagger. Now, let's see if that works. It's hard to see with the light. So we'll save that there. And again, we will back to frame 1. Maybe give him from here a little more lean. And yeah, looks alright. His foot is a little bit subterranean. So we'll lift that just a fraction. We'll just make sure he hasn't gone to, yeah, that's okay. And again, we'll copy that and put it down there. Good. Now, we have a walk cycle. Now, I was going to select my character here and go over to his setup here, and I'm going to turn on use open subdivision surfaces, which is, it'll speed up the animation. And I'm going to go into my user preferences and into my system, and let's make this a little bit bigger. And where have I got here? So I've got turn on my graphics card, and where are my, oh yeah, open subdivision compute none. So we'll go to GLSL compute. Okay, we'll save settings and go file, save. Now that just means it'll render a little bit more quickly, I hope. And what strange things have happened to me? I have no idea what's just happened there. Why is his skin all gone? Okay, well that would explain a whole bunch of things there. So I've got my graphics card's just gone. No, I'm not working, and crashed. And now, when was the last time I saved? We're gonna learn a valuable lesson in saving. Now, where had I gotten to? Okay, I think I had most of it saved. So let's not do the open subdivision thing. Let's just leave that like it is and pretend that little crash there didn't happen. And all I wanted to do was go to textured mode, and oh no, he's still gone bonkers. Okay, why did that happen? Okay, I'm assuming these are incorrect at some point, so we need to go to, where is his body? So this is the troll body, and the diffuse map is set to body for UV. This should be set to body, and this should be set to body, and yeah, I'm going to go fix that rather than doing it here in front of you, so I'm not quite sure what's the problem there. But let's just see him walk anyway. So there's he is. He's strolling along in his automobile. You know, we're getting 24 frames a second, so it's not perfect. It's not high art. And I have done all sorts of interesting things to my graphics card. So yeah, I'll go fix that, and we'll come back and do this. Have a look at it after I have, brought my computer, my graphics card to the PC doctor.